Cool. Yeah, my bad. I was doing something really quick. So from Tuesday's talk, AU, we pretty much had assumed we would continue lower before we saw any type of bigger move. And as of now, it looks like we have met both liquidity points. This is a bit 50-50 with me because yes, we saw an initial reaction, but you can clearly tell that in the internal structural range, there is technically some sort of reaction right there. So as of now, because of how this weekly is going to close, it looks like we might just see some sort of small retracement next week, and we're probably going to continue lower. I don't see why this is any sign of bearishness per se, especially when we start looking at this internally. The only thing, right, that I didn't like with the EU POI and then the DXY move is that DXY move upwards and the EU move downwards was extremely had extremely high momentum behind it. And the only reason why that's alerting is because technically, if we are to see a big move to the downside, then yes, you could see some sort of internal reaction, right? But you would need something pretty heavily, even in this scenario where you see an LG. Realistically, this is still a continuation to the downside. So as of now, I cannot necessarily assume a reversal, or I mean any type of bearish reversal in terms of DXY, I'm sorry, not EU. So as of now, the only things that are really standing out, right, is the fact that one, we have a high momentum. Two, we did not meet a bullish invalidation. Three, we have technically weak order flow, 2 touches within our POI here, and we did not necessarily tap anything else. So I kind of have to assume, where is this? I kind of have to assume that we can only continue higher from here. This is the only thing I can assume based on the information that we have right now. So next week, right, this week has been really slow, especially after Tuesday. You can see nothing, literally nothing has happened. But once we start seeing any type of decline to the downside, this is going to be very key. And if we are to set a reference point, not my favorite kinds of reference points, but there is still potential, maybe a 50%. I don't know if there's anything internally here that is appealing. Not much, just because that was pretty much a news move. But as of now, I cannot really assume any type of downside move, because if the downside move would have been the move, in my opinion, I think it would have already given us, you know, extreme signs of that direction. But as of now, especially with the corrective move, and we technically had an upward reaction internally based on continuation BOS. However, there is a liquidity grab here. However, not necessarily considering that liquidity grab, and we're looking at this from a minor intraday stance, this is 1 tap, 2 tap of the same POI. And we didn't even see that, you know, tap anything crucial besides potentially the bullish wick here that we see. But yeah, as of now, I cannot really assume any type of bearish move to the downside. However, whatever happens within, you know, a general equilibrium / discount, we will see kind of realistically what we could achieve. So I mean, the 50% is in alignment with a previous structure point there. Don't know how much that is going to be, but as of now, I can't really assume anything other than the continuation based on our previous structure. And the same thing applies here, of course. I can't necessarily assume anything here, and the only reason, like, just to make it extremely simple, going to take this off. Just realistically, the only thing that I see right now is, one, I see our direction. Our direction is obviously going downward. 2, I see the internal structural range, right? That was solidified based on that break. So as of now, technically a turbulence point has reacted, and internally, right, we have the continuation BOS to the downside. So realistically, I cannot assume that this is going to go upwards. The only thing I can assume is either we're going to fall down from here or we're going to fall down from a bit up here. That's the only thing I can assume just based on looking at structure and direction in and of itself. And the same thing would go for DXY except in the opposite direction. And then with AU, a bit more of a tricky one. This one I just did not look at after Tuesday, especially because if this is to go deeper, we can't really assume that we're going to be bullish because just looking at this also from an overall direction, we never broke a serious, an important high. Let me just show you guys what stands out to me. What stands out here, we have liquidity, of course. 2, we have our overall structural range. We have our retracement. And what's very, very important here to know is the failed reaction here. Right, we had a bullish reaction that failed. So realistically, you know, it's just becoming pretty hard to not assume that continuation to the downside. And yeah, it doesn't really seem like this wants to stop anytime soon, right? Unless we are to meet an invalidation. But because just trying to make some sense out of, you know, our current situation, right? We've already attempted to potentially give, you know, a bearish reaction. We gave the potential, we gave a retracement, and that failed, obviously. So as of now, the only thing that really makes sense is the continuation to the upside. And the only reason why I did not consider that more on Tuesday was because yes, we had the bullish reaction, but we wanted to see what would happen here, right? If this is obviously stalling, then it shows that there's weak bearish order flow, and we could necessarily just be looking at some sort of pullback to the upside. But yeah, as of now, I can't necessarily assume otherwise. So yep, that pretty much will cover today. Nothing much in comparison to Tuesday. Besides that, we've probably solidified a bias today, which we couldn't on Tuesday. So do you guys have any questions? Yep, see the same. Yeah, it's a bit choppy. It had potential. It had potential to give us something pretty big. And we would have been looking at a very big swing conversion. But now that we've stalled out, yes, we see a bullish reaction, and this could potentially still go, you know. For example, actually, I'm gonna just mark a reference point. If we are, you know, to do something there, then we could realistically give a jump here, right? Previous high, potential turbulence point internally. We could see the continuation to the upside here, which would obviously be from a scalp POV. Right, but either way, it's just really hard to assume anything else. I'm assuming you mean that. Oh, daily, I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean, just even looking at this from the daily, it's really hard to assume, you know, anything outside of bearish. It's just really hard to assume that. And it's cool because this actually presents a decent opportunity. You're looking at, you know, if we see a big pop-up or a little pop-up and then have an instant reaction, you're looking at, you know, a smooth 200 pips into the previous swing low. And since it's in technical, you know, technically it's within the swing directional bias, then, you know, I don't see why this cannot keep going further. Looks different on FXCM. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the reason it's like that is because it opens up on a different time. Let's see. September 11th at 4. Actually, let's do this. Let's see what's actually different. So I guess what makes the closures different is just the fact that there's a gap here. September 9th. Yeah, you see how there is a gap here. But yeah, the price is a bit different. Yeah, I guess we'll see. Okay. Is this going right now? Yes, it is. Let's see. LG confirmed. You have right internal reactions here and here, making this a potential turbulence point. Excuse me. Nice. And then you have continuation BOS based on previous structure, and then you have a deep retracement. Nice, very nice. You're looking at, that's only 13 pips. Okay, M2. Yeah, it's not bad. I wonder if there was anything here. Because I think I would have played this with the intention of obviously the LG, and 2, because this is now technically bullish with that continuation BOS. Then if I were to play this internally, I would see that, and then the perimeter here with the invalidation up here. That could be technically what I would play there. Oh, nice, nice. Let's see, question. But long time I don't talk to you for different friend. Yeah, that's something I've been thinking about. Is I wonder how hard it is to build an AI. From what I've heard and seen, it is pretty hard. But personally, I wouldn't even be able to tell you if it's easy or hard, because I don't even know what the process is to creating some sort of like algorithm based on this trading method. But I think the number one barrier with doing that is what kind of rules would the algorithm follow? No, I mean, look, like this information might be skewed, but like how much? Build an algorithm for I don't know if I should put margin trading. Personally, I have no idea how this works. Look here. This seems pretty BS. Yeah, this is what I'm kind of looking into here. Professional software, blah 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 blah. Typically starts around 100K. I know if you go really deep, it could cost millions. I don't know if I can create one. I know there's somebody in the group that has tried it before. I don't really want to give his business out, you know, but I know he's tried it before. I know he's seen some bit of success with it. But I think that the number one barrier with creating an algorithm like that would be knowing what rules to use. Because, for example, if I had to create a system based on Algo, just trying to just off the top of my head, I would more so I would probably include structure. I would probably, and the main way to recognize structure would probably be through solidified points, and those solidified points would be analyzed through X time frame, but more than likely it's going to have to be distance, and by distance I mean any continuation BOS must at least be, let's say, not 0.56%, maybe 0.9%. And as soon as you see a continuation BOS based on that, then that is a solidified point, meaning this low would be solidified. And it seems pretty complex. I don't know. And I would use invalidations, and I think the number one thing would be to use kind of bigger POIs, looking at lower RR but higher win rate. Yeah, I bet it's not easy. I bet. But you might have been developing Algo for the past 2 years. So far, it is only semi-automated. Don't know exact status currently. Yeah, it's not easy for sure. It's definitely not easy. Yeah, and I mean, I'm trying like the number one barrier would probably be which rules to use, and the number two barrier would probably be how do you quantify intuition. You can use your voice. I don't mind. But I think number one, what rules to use, and number two, how do you quantify intuition? Because you're gonna have to find every single detail of your trading style. But it's definitely interesting. I've never really looked into it, but I have seen some people that have tried.
Hello, Freda. Can you
Can you
hear
hear
me?
me? Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, I started doing a course of introduction to programming, to science and stuff. And I have a cousin that he works specifically with programming stuff for cars and stuff. So what he worked to Audi, Mercedes. He told me that, for example, if I wanted to build some type of algorithm that will help me trading, I used to he need to ask three things. Basically, he needs connectors that will ask if, for example, if price breaks this, then do that, or wait for that. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? So basically, let's suppose we are trending like this, and he says if price breaks this, then we should wait for it to return to a specific point at specific level, and then if he does another time the same thing on minor time frame, then we execute the order. This is what he was telling me. You said that the difficult thing about making the AI was telling the rules. So basically, if we create, because my system right now is really simple. I just wait for some type of disruption. So for me, disruption, I have this different. I created a different concept of disruption. I think basically for me, disruption is a continuation of the movement that didn't have follow through. So basically, for me, this movement here is the disruption. I don't know if Fraser sees the same way.
Yeah, structural.
Okay, yeah, structural disruption. So basically, I think creating an AI this way, for example, based on disruption, would be pretty easy if put in words, you know, because this is my opinion, of course, and I don't know how to program. But if I don't know if you get some investors or I get some investors, I think if we get a consensus together, we could make it go forward. What you think? Because my trading right now is pretty stress-free because I just wait for 2 time frames. I do mainly scalp right now. I wait for disruption to happen in 1 minute or 15 seconds, and then wait for it to happen in 5 seconds and 1 second again. So basically, are 3 confirmations in 3 different time frames. What you think about this point of view related to creating an AI based on these rules that are just repetition of fractal markets?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's good on paper. I think it's just going to be hard to execute it. Because, for example, you would have to program first. You have to program how to analyze direction, and then you would have to see, for example, what you said is a structural disruption. I guess the only thing that fits here is structural disruption, but then here, where would you enter? And then same thing here. Same thing here is structural disruption, and then here you would enter. But now here, I think it would be ideal to just target the low, and then that's it. That's a good 1 to 4, 1 to 5 maybe.
Yeah.
That's some place to start, but it's definitely not easy, bro. It's definitely not easy. I don't know if it's doable, and the only reason why I say that is because I haven't seen it. But I mean, I don't see why you can't do it outside of it being like a bunch of specifics. Entry rules got to be very specific on your SL. We'll keep getting hit regardless of the algo getting the direction right. Yep. That's why I would, for example, I think something that would be important would be invalidation points. Invalidation points and solidified lows and highs. I think those would probably be the 2 big things with direction and SL. If someone did though, it'd be worth so much because of the earning potential. Yeah, I mean, yes and no, because it varies on how often you're trading, how often you're winning, how long it's been used. So potential, yes, but I don't know if it would actually be worth a lot of money. But yeah, that's definitely interesting though. Definitely interesting. But yeah, does anybody have any questions today? That was interesting. Let's see, how many people do we have on today? Solid amount of people today. Okay, go ahead. Hopefully we get those continuations next week. Yeah, I mean, it's been a slow week. It might even be a slow Monday, Tuesday. But I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get anything next week. Yeah, if I lived out in the UK or something like that, I would probably trade London over New York. I can't be sleeping at 3 or 4 in the morning, not on weekdays. for the queen. I mean, let's see. I mean, definitely wasn't slow this week. Was not slow this week at all. I mean, this would be ideal. That would be ideal. Just because technically you would come back up here. That would be ideal. Dang, it's already been 26 minutes. Yeah, I'm just waiting for Luca's chart, and then we'll probably call it for today. H4 wick is a bit deep. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. And you have the trading view with second interval. What do you want to see? Is it really helpful? I mean, honestly, it's okay. I mean, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine with 1 minute. I think the only good thing about Trading View Premium is the no ads part. M15 wick would probably be a 1, 3, 5 minute candle. Honestly, sometimes the M15 wick is more appealing than the 5 minute candle or the 3 minute candle. Yeah. But I mean, we have the Black Friday deal coming up. It's in November. That's usually when I get my yearly package, and yeah, I do that every year pretty much. Hey, honestly, I kind of want to start trading US30. No cap. I might start looking at this. I wonder what the symbol is. Oh my gosh. Is it just DJI? Which one do you use? Yeah, I'll look at your chart right now. Do you use US30 or USD? Yeah, because that's kind of the main one I've seen people use. It depends on the broker. It depends on how much, what type of lot sizes your broker gives. But yeah, I mean, like, look at this. That's a move. This is a move right here. Structural disruption. That's a move. It's just cool because this spits out a lot of points on a daily. Yeah, literally. 200 points every day. You're solid. That's, I mean, 200 points. Hold on, that's like 2,000 pips, right? Unless I'm mistaken. 2,000 pips. That's on a 0.01. That's damn $200. Smooth. Yeah, 1 point is 10 pips. It's the same thing with gold. But I would rather trade US30 than gold, if I'm being honest. It looks like gold. Let's see. This died too. It looks like this will probably continue lower. Oops. Yeah, this looks like it's gonna keep going lower. Yeah, that's not looking good. The only thing that stands out is obviously here. Yeah, NAS, SPX. And let me look at this chart. $15. Not bad. So what I'm confused about is why is there SL there? Labels on.
So basically, I use it to use 0.5 pips stop loss, but I realized it was not necessary to do it because a lot of time I was get out because of spread or even because of bad market execution. So I started using only 1 pip, but following the logic, the SL would be above the lower black candle in this before the disruption happened. Yeah, basically that. But I'm putting 1 pip stop loss fixed because yeah, I'm not open to have the risk of losing the trades only because I'm trying to be a hero using 0.5 pip stop loss.
Okay, that's interesting.
I started getting. I'm gonna explain what happens. I use my trades goes in my direction like a lot of times, but the problem is I got stopped out only because I tried to use small stop losses. So, for example, I got a really similar trades like that one on GU, but I tried to use 0.8 pip stop loss. I got stopped out, and then it went like 60R or something like that. And this happened. and this happens to me like a lot. I started my account equity started like diminishing after I tried to put minus than one pip stop loss. So I realized that's not necessary.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking, why is your SL here? Because I don't really do fixed stops. I like to base my stop off of something, whether it's invalidation or solidified low or the end of a POI. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
here, this wouldn't be disruption. This would be LG. And disruption here, are you talking about this or are you talking about this?
I'm talking about wait. I cannot
this one.
Yes.
So you're talking about this?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be an LG too. Just because you took one low and then you took the high, so that would be, excuse me, that would be an LG. So maybe that's why you think disruption's a little bit different, because you're interpreting it as an LG.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, the only thing I don't like is I don't like a fixed stop. I need to know, for example, the only thing that makes sense here from invalidation, your invalidation would be here. I'm not saying you should put your SL there, but I'm saying I don't see why you're putting your SL here when your invalidation is here.
Okay.
So yeah,
I also see structure a little bit different, because I realized for me what I had a lot of difficulty finding out how to read structure like the RCV way, and I don't know if I can say it like that, because for example for me this is a low, you know, and this is a low too, this is a high, this is another high, and this is a low. This is a
okay, so based on that, what classifies a low and a high?
For example, if I get okay, maybe you're gonna laugh how I'm gonna explain this, but for example, can you see, let's suppose, okay, can you see this movement, right? I classify this as a high simply because I have this candle engulfing this candle, and this is what leads to the move. For example, for me, this is not a low. This is not the low that created this high here, because you don't have candles engulfing other ones. The wicks are always on the above the close or open, but here for me is the low that originated this whole move, just because this candle got broken and created the last clear low before the moving that broke structure happened. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
So you're going off of bodies.
Bodies and wicks, yeah. I don't.
Okay, that makes sense.
I don't know how to explain this better, but it's basically this, yeah. I wait for engulfings that leads to the creation of a new high or new low. This is how I classify structure. Because I had a lot of difficulty finding out about not finding out, but dissecting preliminary structure break and scalp structure. Do you remember that we talked about this a lot of times, and I never got to understand it properly? I understand it, but I didn't know what was a swing high, a swing low, a internal low. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So this was the way I found out was more clear for me to give a follow-up to structure, and it works for me on the 15. I only use it till 1 minute, you know. So and use above 1 minute to mark up structure, not structure, sorry, to mark up TP points. Other than that, I use 1 minute below to do my scalp, and yeah. And this is the way I found out that works better for me.
That's interesting. So you're going off of bodies and momentum pretty much from M1 and below. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, if it works, it works. Like I said, the only thing I don't like is why is your SL there? That's the only thing. I think you should make some type of rule or you should just make the SL bigger, and maybe that'll help the win rate.
I have a rule because, for example, in this case, the rule was, okay, this is basically the same scenario that is happening here. Okay, so based on this scenario, what you're saying, your SL was supposed to be there, right? Okay. This is basically the same thing, but the low, it's this. Okay, because this is a break of structure. Because this candle here in 1 second, from my understanding, this candle here, let's suppose it came from here, okay? This candle here is the same thing that you have if you would have if you have this. This is
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So you're seeing the engulfing as an internal LG.
Not only engulfing, because this only happens in 1 second and sometimes on 5 seconds. I don't know if this is classified as it's basically same engulfing, but it engulfs also the lower part and the upper part, the close and the open of the candle itself, you know? Sometimes you don't have even body, you have only this. You know? And this is it's basically this.
Okay, so you've interpreted a candle pattern as an LG.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. I see what you're saying. So you're just all you're doing is using fractals. Yeah, you're using fractals.
Yeah, basically. Because basically, I just this is exactly that. I only use fractals. This is what I'm waiting here to enter. You know. This works in 15 minutes to 1 minute. This works for 1 minute to 15 seconds or 5 seconds. This works for 15 seconds to 1 second. What works best for me is this 15 seconds to 1 second, because I only trade from 7 to 9, and then my day is ended. Because I don't know if I told you, but I left college and then I'm getting back to college again, but in economy. And yeah, I don't have any time on the afternoon because of gym and stuff. So I try to be the less amount of time in front of the charts.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting.
That it released a lot of pressure from me, and my trade is a lot more fluid. I don't know if I can say that fluid. I have a lot more flow, you know, because 7, 8, 9, 2 to 3 hours that I stay on the charts, that it's it, you know.
Makes sense. So this is so I guess you could say this is a model based on this bias.
Yes, it's more based on the whole disruption that for me
that's a model.
For you is liquidity. It's my model. My model is basically play with the fractals of disruption or liquidity graph. I don't know how to call it.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, it's very interesting. I've never seen anything like that. I wonder if this is what the Mas does.
It's similar. It's similar to the Mas does. It's really similar.
Yeah, it looks like it.
The problem is, I had a lot of problem placing the executions itself, because 1 second happened so bad. I don't know if you knew, but I was with my Forex account. I had a 10K account, then I got a 100K account. The 100K account, I'm not playing it. But what happened with my 10K account is that I had I installed a divisor that opened the trade for me when I pressed Control F. With I set the stop loss I want, the risk, and when I press Control F, they open with my proper stop loss, you know?
Okay. Okay.
The problem is I forgot that shit was open and went to my PC to play, and I started pressing Control F a lot of times. When I opened my account, it was like violated, because it opened like 30 trades on GU.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess that would be an issue too, is you would have like 3 seconds to have the entry.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, in this case, in this trade, I had like 4 seconds to analyze the whole like concept after the disruption happened.
Very nice. That's interesting. That's interesting.
And at the same time, it's stress-free because I don't have to flick through a lot of time frames. This is how you see my charts. It's how I have it when I'm trading.
And that's good because you'll know if you win or lose within like 10 seconds.
Yes. And yeah, this is another thing that you're gonna say I have to have another way of doing it. But as soon as I get 10 pips in profit, I take 50% out and then let the rest run and start taking up in the structure points or let it run till 9 p.m. There is when I have to close because I can't let trades run during the night.
Yeah.
Because of my funds. It's pretty tough a bit, but yeah.
No, I mean that's fine. I don't think I don't have an issue when people don't use what we use. All I care about is that you have a rule to what you're using and you're just following the rule. I think that's what matters here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's interesting.
I see some people on the chat when I send the chat, they're calling me crazy for using 1 second.
No, they're just joking, bro. They're just joking.
I know. It's funny.
Yeah, let's see. Ugh, I don't like that POI. I mean, this falls in line with what you were saying. That falls in line with what you were saying earlier. Cool. Does anybody have any more questions? Let's see.
Who sent this chart?
Oh, that was Andre.
Okay.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? This is what you were talking about.
Yeah, but I would wait for it.
Yeah.
After this last break, I would wait for it to return to POI.
Okay, so this would be a 15-second continuation here. 15-second continuation because you see the wick. Nice. That's nice. So are you guys just gonna turn to scalpers now or what? Adapt. I mean, that's fine. Get your 20 pips and leave. 2-3 lots, you're living nice. Like, that's such a reasonable lot size for people. 2 to 3 lots. Literally, that will pay the bills, unless you know have a pretty crazy lifestyle. But 2 to 3 lots will pay the bills. Yeah. Hey, look, people don't care about what you can do. People care about what you can do for them. Business 101. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've become pretty frugal over the past like year or so. Yeah, I watch a lot of Alex Ramosi, and I mean, shit, if I have to live on a couch, fuck it. Why not? If that means I could use all my money to build other shit, why not? Yeah, Alex Ramosi is built different for sure. I listen to like literally when I go run in the gym, that's probably the number one thing I listen to is this stuff. Broke up because of what? I'll show you something funny. Hold on. I'll show you something funny. Hold on. Watch this. What is his name? Fuck, what is his name? What's Mr. Wonderful's name from Shark Tank? Kevin O'Leary. There we go. Has anybody seen this before? Look, here, watch this, watch this.
I always tell this story. I teach a lot at Harvard, MIT, all these places. I'll never forget it. This guy puts up his hand who hasn't contributed anything all night. He says, listen, I got to ask you a question. I've been running this business out of my dorm. I'm making about $5 million a year in free cash flow. My fiance came to me today and said that she's going to leave me because I'm not spending any time with her family. I don't have any time on weekends. I just can't because I'm so busy. What
No
do I
sound, bro.
Hold on. All right, now.
I always tell this story. I teach a lot at Harvard, MIT, all these places. I'll never forget it. This guy puts up his hand who hasn't contributed anything all night. He says, listen, I gotta ask you a question. I've been running this business out of my dorm. I'm making about $5 million a year in free cash flow. My fiance came to me today and said that she's going to leave because I'm not spending any time with her family. I don't have any time on weekends. I just can't because I'm so busy. What do I do? Now the class is like you can hear a pin drop in there. And I said, wow. Okay, I'm not Dr. Phil, but let me give you some advice here. Which one is easier to replace? The girlfriend or the business? I mean, you gotta ask that question.
Nah, that's not right. That is not right. Hey, but that's a completely different talk. That's a completely different conversation. Yeah, that's not right. I mean, let's be real. Actually, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. No, we have girls in the group. I'm not gonna say that. Hey man, you're entitled to believe whatever you want to believe. Don't get agitated. Hey man, Andrew Tate you can't cancel the guy. You cannot cancel him. Hey, Koss said he doesn't know who he is, and I call bullshit. Bugatti. I mean, he's exposed the system for what it is, honestly. Koss is from Romania, yeah. But Tate lives in Romania. He's not from Romania. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a very it's a touchy subject for no reason. Like people will always question the messenger but never the message. And that's kind of how society is here in the US today. Always question the messenger, never the message. And there's like so many perspectives to certain things and circumstances as well. So it's kind of hard to, in my opinion, to accuse certain things. He speaks what everybody thinks, and then he stretches it like 3, 4, 5 times. That's how I would put it. But he does that as a way to get your attention. but the message is still the same. People just don't like how he says things. I mean, like I said, look, here's here's a big thing. Like, would you want a car with 200,000 miles or brand new? Okay, obviously, what you want and what you can get are two different things. Everybody wants the big thing, right? But can you actually get it? Like, do you bring the certain things to the table? Do you have the money to afford that 200, or do you have, not the money, do you have the assets to purchase that brand new vehicle? You know what I'm saying? And you can purchase a brand new vehicle, but vehicles come in different calibers, you know what I mean? So there's like so many different questions you can get off of that, just that one question. And you don't want to be skewed to the point where you're, I don't know, I think people sound goofy whenever they like ask stuff like that and they aren't really quote unquote shit, and they try to, you know, ask for more than, you know, they technically deserve. Yeah, we're still recording. I don't care if people hear this. Yeah, I mean, we want and prefer we want a lot of things, bro. Like, I get what you're saying. We want a lot of things. Everybody wants a lot of things, but what do you actually deserve? What do you have? What kind of pedigree do you have to deserve whatever it is that you want? You know what I mean? Like, that's just the thing. Like, you shouldn't just ask what you want. What do you deserve? And they're two different things, especially as of now, because most of us are what, mid-20s? Everybody in this call is like what, mid-20s, late 20s? I mean, yeah, see, 22. I don't know about y'all, but Dom looks like he's 30. Probably the oldest guy in the call. But no, you see what I mean? Like, we got nothing but time though. If we take care of ourselves, we'll look great at 40, 50 years old. You feel like your time is running out? Well, what do you mean your time is running out? You turn 27, brother, you're in your prime. I think we all get that feeling though, that time is running out. And I mean, you could say it's urgency, you could say that maybe something in your life is about to change. Like, for example, I graduate in December, and the fact that I graduate in December, I kind of internally have a sense of I have to have everything sorted out in December. If not, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. But even if I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be okay regardless. Yeah, I still have that type of anxiety, you know? Tell my knees, I got you, bro. This guy will change your life. Got you, bro. This guy will change your life. Oops, this is not the right one. This guy will change your life. Yeah. Yeah, I would say probably your 30s are your prime years. 40s, I think my 40s, I would hope I can like build a family at 40. Because I don't want to be an old man when my kid is like 15, 18 years old, you know? I don't know, actually, I don't know. You know what? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, honestly, my social media notifications are off. I check social media like only if I remember. But I have my messages off, I have my notifications off. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. I think I'm pretty good at not comparing myself. But I still have that I think that what's his name was saying, what Lucas said about timing running out, I think that's just I think that's an internal thing. I don't think that's me comparing. Yeah. Oh, you think Insta's bad? I cannot download TikTok. I cannot download TikTok. Yeah. TikTok is probably the worst one. All it takes is 10 seconds and you're reeled in for a smooth 10 to 30 minutes. Yeah, I don't watch TikTok. I hate TikTok. But yeah, does anybody have any more questions? Do you feel that? Yeah, bro, it does. It 100% does. Yeah, that's a tough question, but yeah, it does. No, you're good. That's more of a sit down over whiskey kind of conversation, though. You know what I'm saying? No, man, you can text me whenever. It's all good. But yeah, that's more of a sit down and whiskey kind of conversation. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, just send me a DM. I'll probably I have time right now, so I'll probably do the journals right now. Gotta get a cigar this weekend. Yeah, man, I hate clubbing. I don't like clubbing anymore. Like I appreciate just sitting down, having a cigar with somebody. Like yeah, I feel like a 40-year-old. What kind of what? Oh, you like cigars? Honestly, bro, I like cigars, but I'm not like a enthusiast to where I know what I'm smoking. I just say, hey, which one do you recommend? Give me it. It's all good. Like I don't know like names and stuff, you know? But if we're talking whiskey, my go-to is always Woodford. I used to go to Deep Ellum too. I haven't been to Deep Ellum in a long time, bro. And I kind of live like down the street. Yeah, reduce weed. Yeah, same. Weed is a tough one, bro. It's very case specific, but just being real, I don't know anybody in my real life that is successful and smokes all day. You know, it's not safe. Nah, man, Deep Ellum is not safe anymore. I think weed is a great icebreaker. Like you just like whenever you meet somebody and they smoke, like you already know that they smoke more than likely. and two, it just breaks the ice completely. Like a pothead can recognize a pothead. You know what I mean? Would you leave Texas to seek new opportunities? The only other place I'd go to is Florida. That's where Jason is right now. Jason lives out in Florida, and I would definitely go. Like shit, if he has a room, hey man, I'll pack my bags tomorrow. I think he lives in. It's not. He doesn't live in the big city. I want to say Fort Lauderdale. I don't know. I have no idea. But I think Fort Lauderdale is like a good up and coming like business city, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, it is Trader Hub. But honestly, I don't want to associate with traders. I'm good. I'm good on that. Arizona is too fucking hot. Nevada, maybe. Florida, yes. Florida and Texas, that's pretty much where I would like to have like property over the next 10 years. New York, no, I don't like blue states. Too expensive. And literally every home in New York is, especially in the city, is just crammed. Because I went to New York almost 2 years ago. Or was it? It was, no. Yeah, it's almost been 2 years. And yeah, it's a dope city. There's shit to do, but living there is, I don't know. Maybe if I just said, fuck it, let's go. Like, I think New York, it would be, 1, it would be Austin. 2, it would be Florida. 3, it would be New York. Why not leaving the US? I don't know. You'd be surprised, like, majority of the people in the US have not left the country. I mean, I would love to, like, if I'm like mega millionaire, I'd like to like maybe buy a house like in South Africa or something. I heard lifestyle is very, very cheap over there. Oh yeah, there's always something to do in Dallas, bro. There's always something to do. Health insurance, I have to pay out of pocket for health insurance. I pay $135 a month. $135 a month. That's what I pay. But if you like make a lot of money, like let's say if on paper you're making like over 300 to 500K, I would say you're probably paying like $500 a month for insurance. Like my life is probably going to change a lot after this year because I'm no longer a student. So I don't get those student benefits anymore. I was getting a lot of tax benefits from school too. Trying to find a way to move to US after uni. Interesting. Personally, I have no clue outside of obviously going the corporate route, but shit, find an American girl, bro. Get married. Just be an immigrant here for a couple years, marry a girl, and you're good. What do you mean? Is it 20 euros a month? Yeah, South Africa is beautiful, bro. Beautiful. Dang, that's cheap. But I heard you guys pay a lot of taxes over there, though. No? Don't you pay a lot of taxes? Which is why you get, you know, good health benefits? Thailand, the motherland. Dubai would be cool too. Dubai would be really cool. But that is, you're talking 0.001% of the world type of thing. Because you don't pay taxes in Dubai. Is it because crypto is still considered gambling over there? Yeah, no taxes. You know they're making this I want to say it's like a shopping center in Dubai, and it's like a, hold on. This. You guys seen this? This is fucking insane. This is insane. This is crazy. I don't know if this is done, but I heard they were building this. But yeah, Dubai, outside of the US, I know the only place that I would definitely go to is Dubai. Just to avoid taxes completely. Yeah, I heard COVID was pretty bad in Australia though. But I heard they were like, don't quote me on this, but I heard there was like camps and shit out in Australia. Yeah. Yeah, communist is a good way to put it, yeah. Imagine that would be cool. Don't worry, Elon will save us. Elon will save us. You know, Elon could be completely playing us, you know that? He could be playing us. He could legit control the world if he wanted to. Starlink, it's like worldwide Wi-Fi. Yeah, worldwide Wi-Fi. Yeah. Yeah. There's Starlink here in Dallas. Let me see. Let's see, Dallas, Texas. Yeah, Starlink is in Texas. I don't know where 75229 is, but I think this is Uptown Dallas. This is Uptown Dallas. But yeah, hardware 600, service 110 a month, and I think you get pretty fast Wi-Fi, unless I'm mistaken. I'm pretty sure you get fast Wi-Fi. Yeah, you see that's so the average is like 90 megabytes per second. That's not kind of I mean, like here, like I hold on, I'm gonna stop the recording here.